Hey, great Wednesday evening. It is an amazing evening in the city of Brownsville. Again, it was a very, very hot day. It's usually a hot day because of the temperature, but today has an emergency called board meeting. And let me tell you, if there was something that we learned,
Today was a very interesting day, to say the least, guys.
hot.
We got a lot of action at BISD, a lot of information, but we'll see how it goes. Elephant in the room, Erasmo made a grand appearance, so a lot to talk about. We got with us tonight AOBE President Veronica Borrego. Good evening, Miss Borrego. How you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing well.
And we also have Miss Aida Abeldano. How's it going, Aida? Good evening.
Good evening. Doing good.
So Erasmo, it's gonna be very interesting.
It is good. If you would contact Manny Salinas, please send him an inbox message, please. Hey, Eddie, how's it going, my man? And let's do a little bit of time so individuals come in. Hey, hola, guapísimos. That's me, Manny. Thank you. Appreciate that. Buenas noches, María Capistrán. ¿Cómo estamos? Cheers! Victory! It was a victorious day today. And, very, very proud day. Good evening, Elisa Hermosa. ¿Cómo estás? Good evening, Lupita. And slow down. Good job. Guys, thank you so much for slowing down. I appreciate it. Guys, one of the things that we're going to first start off with is the numbers. The numbers have come in. Buenas noches, Becky. Celia Vela, Miss Borrego, and everyone else. Good to have you with us tonight. Al, how's it going? Good evening, Minnie. Blanco Hernandez, how's it going? Ray, how's it going, man? Good to see you guys. The numbers did come in for Cameron County. They are, impressive as it is. 315 for the city or Cameron County, 195 for the city of Brownsville. And that's, taking into consideration that last night we did have 249 positives for the city of Brownsville. So tonight, another 195. And again, with the mayor basically let us know in regards to having 3-digit days for the next couple of 10 days. So far, he's been right on point. He's got 7 more days in order to make it the 10. But again, guys, I don't think that he was exaggerating in any way, shape, or form. We're going to have triple-digit numbers for a while, guys. And that is a very unfortunate thing. Olivo for BISD 2020, good job. Hey, Sylvia. Hi, everyone. Sylvia, is she already here? Hey, Jason, my man.
How's it going, Jason? Thanks for all you do, Veronica and Aida. Again, AOBE has always, since the COVID-19 pandemic has started, AOBE has been at the forefront. While other organizations are, with the board members praising them, AOBE has been going up against them, organizing protests, just showing that the community is not, not in agreement with many of their stances. So shout out to AOBE.
All right, and going back into the numbers, because that's what we were talking about, the numbers. Going back into the numbers, again, numbers are very interesting for the city of Brownsville. Again, one of the things that I did share this morning in regards to the city of Brownsville, we do have a refrigerated trailer here in the city of Brownsville. And it's very, very unfortunate, guys. But again, very, very telling. It's something that, everyone out there has been, letting us know and talking to us about. The refrigerated trailer is in the city of Brownsville. It is behind Valley Baptist. I went to go check it out last night when I learned about it, and I saw it, and I couldn't believe it. It didn't look like a refrigerated trailer. Then I went again back this morning after this morning show, and I confirmed it was a refrigerated trailer, and it is the one.
Is Erasmo lagging, or is it just myself?
I don't hear him lagging.
Okay, guys. All right.
The trailer. You went to go see the trailer.
Yeah, after this morning show, I did have the opportunity to go check and see the trailer, and it's out there, guys. I mean, it is very unfortunate that it is in the city of Brownsville. And again, guys, we had talked about it being in Hidalgo County. A couple of them had spoken. The Cameron County had one already, and now the city of Brownsville has one. We would tell individuals, so it's very, very important. It's very real. It's very here. The other thing that we learned that early this morning is that Hidalgo County was going to report 35 deaths by noontime, and surely enough, the numbers came back for Hidalgo, and they do have 651 positives in Hidalgo County, and again, 35 deaths. So again, it's not something as the for us to not pay great attention to, something to adhere to, and to give us concern. Vero, what do the numbers tell you, Vero?
That we're not doing what we need to be doing. We're not staying home. We're not wearing our masks. We're not washing our hands. We're not staying out of large groups. I mean, it's a very scary situation, and having lost relatives recently, I'm afraid. It's very scary.
Ida, numbers?
I agree. I mean, I think it's difficult for everybody right now, and but we all have to do our part to try to help bring down the numbers. I mean, I know we'd all love to go out and have the family gatherings and everything, but this is where we have to sacrifice, and we all have to do our part.
We do have to do our part. Again, guys, everyone out there has been giving us, a recommendation and instructions. We went from having mandates in order to, going to recommendations and instructions, guys. And it's very, very unfortunate. One of the big rumors that's out there that, we need to address. And again, guys, they are rumors as of this point. There is no official word in regards to going back onto lockdown. Again, someone did ask me yesterday, and I said, a couple of days ago, I would have said never would we go into lockdown. Now I would say it's possible, but again, they are rumors. There's been nothing substantiated. We have had word with our city officials, and the city officials have said exactly the same thing. There's no word out there in regards to us going into any lockdown. Nothing that's for sure. Rhoda, nothing that is for sure. Nothing that is out there said. So again, guys, everything that is being said out there right now is just rumors, nothing substantial. But one of the things that we are concerned with is the health and well-being of our community. And I guess one of the biggest concerns, basically, we have AOBE here with us tonight. One of the big concerns being that we are here in the city of Brownsville, the largest employer, probably south of San Antonio, is we do have 6,600 some employees and staff in BISD. And again, we've already spoken about how the failed experiment that occurred during the summer by sending individuals onto campus was just that, a failed experiment, because several individuals have come back out testing positive. Our students were sent back onto campus, and our students started testing positive. And again, it seemed like these individuals were not listening, not adhering, or were not paying close attention in regards to what the trends were telling us out there. Vero, what was y'all's concern in regards to having individuals go back onto campus?
Well, the biggest concern is the numbers of people, of individuals that are being sent onto campuses or into main office, for example. And the fact that, we're not used to wearing a mask. It's something that people have to get used to. We're not used to not touching our face. And it's hard. It's difficult for us. I catch myself sometimes lifting my mask, trying to scratch, and then I panic. So it's not something that we're used to. This is new, and it has to become our new normal. But it's difficult when you're being put in a situation where you're on a campus and you're having to sit in an office, for example, to with next to somebody else, or the kids are coming in huge numbers for band or for any kind of activity. It's difficult.
Ida?
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. We've been saying this from the very beginning when all of this started. We wanted to see what is the plan, the safety plan in mind. What is it that our employees can be preparing for? And from the beginning up until today, all that they kept presenting was that it was going to be in-person instruction. And we were very concerned about that because of what we've been seeing exactly in Brownsville and all across the valley, in fact.
Yeah, it's very, very unfortunate, guys. We've had individuals who have been on our staff, on our personnel, that have actually passed away from coronavirus. I think that there's been very little, if any, notification or information coming forth from the district in regards to it. One of the other concerns that I've had, Vero and Ida, is that a lot of times they're very slow in reporting the individuals that have tested positive. one of the things that we learned at the previous meeting when they were talking about being transparent about the whole matter, they were out there saying that, that we hadn't been informed. And I'm sorry, but that's just not true. Individuals contact HR, contact the Glass Palace immediately. And they have. I mean, we learned about it 3 weeks before it was ever announced on one of the campuses, So for them to say that, and it gets to the point, guys, that it really starts to become very, very pathetic because everybody wants to blame everybody else. And just like a lot of the parents out there, they want to blame the teacher. They want to blame the school personnel. So now even the superintendent's going out, well, it's the person's fault because they didn't report it to us. And why is it that they're always passing the buck? Ultimately, it's their responsibility to be on top of these things. But when you've got a board that is in denial in regards to the veracity of how severe this hoax is, it just doesn't help the situation whatsoever because they continue to call it a hoax. Pero.
So I feel like there was a little bit of a change today at the meeting in reference to them saying that until that's scientifically proven that it's safe for us to go back, which that's a big plus. But it's not a hoax. It's not a joke. I mean, it wasn't a hoax when my aunt passed away on the 4th of July. And we're in a situation where we still don't know how we're going to bring her to Brownsville to have a service for her. We still don't know how it's scary. And it's not a joke. It's not a hoax. Teachers are afraid. We're not saying we don't want to work. We want to work. We love our job and we're good at our job. We just want to be safe about it. And we want to know exactly what the plan is.
Well, one of the hopes and desires for a lot of the teachers, a lot of people that I've spoken with, throughout these months is, they want to do remote learning. They want to distance learn. And really, it really irks my chain when a lot of these individuals on the board and the superintendents, they say that these people are lazy and that they don't want to work. Let me tell you, I've communicated with teachers and they've told me that they probably work 10 times harder during the distant learning than they did if they would have been doing face-to-face teaching out there. So it's not that they don't want to work. They want to live. And that's the difference, Ida.
Exactly. And I agree with that completely. And I don't know why they have that mindset of that if they're going to be working remotely, it's like they're not working. I've been working remotely since March. And it's been a whole lot more work, believe me, than working from the office. So, and we've seen that with our members as well. Those teachers, those employees were working 12-hour days to be able to provide instruction for their students. So it's not about, for them to even think that is very upsetting. And it's clear that that's the mentality that they have. And I'm hoping that they will continue to change. I think we saw a little bit of change today, and we're going to continue to push for more because we still have a long way to go.
Erasmo, in regards to this not being a hoax, going back, Cameron County unfortunately lost an employee last night or this morning. The Cameron County Jail right now is at a standstill. They're not moving anybody. They're not having any hearings right now because of COVID. There's an outbreak there. We have heard from the teachers that they have been scared. They've been vocal about it lately, ladies, in their fear that them going to school, they would be, at risk. The county judge and the mayor for the city of Brownsville appeared at the board meeting earlier today. They supported, helping out the district in any way that they could. But it's unfortunate that, the teachers, and this is one of the big questions, going forward is the students will be at home, if I'm not mistaken, but the teachers, they will have to go into the classrooms, if I'm not mistaken. So that's one of the fears that they have had lately. So, this is very real. The numbers speak for themselves. Hidalgo is very scary. So this is the reality, and unfortunately, teachers are being pushed back into the classrooms.
Sylvia, how did y'all like my board meeting today? I still run that crap. Dr. Atkinson, never had a doubt, Dr. Atkinson. Actually, one of the things that I've been saying is that you've been running the show for years now. So it's no surprise that you would show up to the meeting so arrogantly. But again, it's your call. And again, it's very unfortunate. So you don't kill me like a MC, please. Please don't. Again, guys, I would like to join. Please inbox Ida Abeldano or Veronica Borrego, Maite. Thank you so much. Guys, it's very, very sad, the situation that a lot of our teachers, but something that Frankie mentioned is very, very true. I'm still not satisfied. I'm glad that we've gotten a couple of steps forward yet, but we have no determination in regards to a lot of the protection that our teachers are going to be guaranteed. They've spoken about a lot of the promises in regards to, but I want to see it on paper, guys. I want to see it on paper that our teachers, that our staff are going to get certain assurances that we all want them to have. A little bit of comfort. Look, let's make this very clear. Port Isabel passed a resolution where they gave comfort and relaxed to their population, their staff, and to the parents, and to everyone else, because they took a decisive measure. What was lacking in today's meeting in order to give closure to all the anxiety and stress for our teachers today, Veronica?
More information.
Yep.
I mean, that's the bottom line. More information, detailed information. But within seconds from the meeting ending, I was getting text messages because teachers still don't understand. What does it mean? What's happening? Do I have to go? Office staff, when am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do? It's confusing because there is no detailed information. We appreciate what was done today, but it wasn't enough information.
Vero, there's no plan, Vero.
There's no plan.
There's absolutely no plan, guys. And this is my concern. Look, I know, and it was a victory for AOBE today, but more importantly, it was a victory for our community, for our teachers, and for our students. It was a victory for our community as a whole. But there's no plan, and this is what really, really frustrates me. I mean, again, guys, y'all were the ones that reached out to the county judge. Y'all were the ones that have been conversing with the mayor of the city of Brownsville, and because y'all were so proactive, and y'all were out there because you were fighting for your individuals, they all of a sudden, we're going to have this special meeting. Don't worry, you're going to have a special meeting. And they go, we're going to have a technology meeting. Or we're going to have, and then Laura saying that 2 people commit suicide a day since March. It's not true, Laura. Not true. And then, now they're going to have a safety meeting. Now they're going to have a safety meeting? Now they're going to have a technology meeting? Guys, this should have been done 3 months ago, guys. We have nothing. And then the superintendent comes out and says, we have a plan. We have a plan. And then they go like, the first draft's going to come out next week. Draft? Okay. That's not a plan, Ida. That's a little sketch thingy. That's a little dribble, scribble, dribble on a notepad. That's not a plan. What's the plan? Ida,
that's the $1 million question. That's the $1 million question right now. And it's very sad that we had to take that first step of reaching out to the city and to the county because we were not getting answers from the district. And and we'll do whatever we have to do to get the answers and to help protect our members and employees. But that is something that the district should have already been on. We have to have that open communication with the city and the county. And more importantly, we also have to have that open communication with the employees. I think that is a lot of their frustration right now, is that the unknown. And a lot of information was shared at yesterday's DEIC meeting. And it was very good information, but that's just a small group of the district employees that serve on that committee. And I believe that's information that needs to be shared, and it needs to be continuously shared, because it changes from one week to the next. We're at the point it's changing from day to day. So for the fact that Dr. Gutierrez is claiming to say that, oh, they have been transparent and they disclosed information on the last committee meeting, that's not good enough for us. I'm sorry, but it's not. You know, we do appreciate those efforts, but we need communication a lot more often than that. Nobody gets to shut down for 2 weeks or so and not keep us updated of the changes or the plans.
Manny, you're correct. It's a hot potato game, guys. And that's all that's going on. You know, they want to place blame on everybody else for doing what they should have done 3 months ago. And it's just very, very unfortunate. Look, one of the things that I experienced today, guys, after the meeting, because we went on live with the meeting, after the meeting, I spent the rest of the afternoon trying to answer questions from coaches, from band directors, from choir directors, from different individuals out there in district. And I said, I don't know. We don't know. They have given us nothing. Nothing. The only thing that they gave us today was that the calendar was going to be changed and that the students were going to start August 25th. But what else did we get in order to bring some comfort, some ease, some solace to our staff, our parents? And you know what? It's kind of, it really starts to get very frustrating because for us that share information, I mean, because you all share information with y'all's membership. And you know what? Let me tell y'all guys, I'm very commendable. Y'all don't only share information with y'all's membership. You share information with everyone out there. You know, be they AOBE or not the AOBE, you share information with everyone. You invite everyone to your demonstrations because you want greater participation. I do the same. I do my best to inform my community of everything that's going on. Don't always get it right, but sure as heck do try. But with that said, without them providing us the information that individuals want answered, where are we at? We're back at square one. Technology. Look, guys, having a technology meeting is amazing, great. Having a safety meeting, amazing. Where the hell were you 3 months ago? Where's the plan? What are our personnel going to do? What does distant learning actually look like? We have nothing. What about our special ed students? No one mentioned them today except Dr. Atkinson, which she shouldn't have even been there to begin with. And I'm sorry, Dr. A, if I offend you. I know you're on here tonight. It wasn't my intent to offend you.
Erasmo, these past few days with the board meetings, it seems like nothing's been accomplished. They've been, talking about tents, Erasmo, and I believe you mentioned how we figured out how to say Wi-Fi in Spanish. That's about it. We still have no direction. They're still anticipate starting school, on August 24th, August 25th. But what about, those workers that don't want to go? There's some custodians that are working, 2 days out of the week. What about them? The people in the cafeteria. So again, there's a lot more questions than answers. There is no guidance at leadership. And again, how do we expect for our teachers, paraprofessionals, staff, even administration? How do we expect for them to be successful if we have no blueprint for them? Again, in order for leadership, people that make either policy making or decision making, we need to give them guidance, an idea, a blueprint. Without that, we are setting them up for failure, ladies. And that is exactly what this current administration is doing, unfortunately. Again, nobody could prepare for a pandemic. I totally understand. But they're trying to catch up, guys, from what they should have been doing back 3, 4, 5 months ago. But again, it's lack of leadership, lack of taking action is finally coming to bite them in the butt.
Jason is correct. Even the invited county judge didn't even know what he was doing there. I mean, if y'all saw the meeting, you saw the county judge going like, am I here to answer questions? Or what am I here for?
Yeah.
I mean, they're goodness gracious, guys. We have the biggest budget south of San Antonio. We've got overpaid superintendent, $400,000, got a $12,000 raise. No teacher ever got anything like that. got an extension to his contract, just came back from vacation from the Galapagos, riding turtles with back problems. All across the Galapagos. It's not funny, guys. I know y'all want to laugh. He was sipping on strawberry daiquiris. What about the poor turtles and their back problems? Where's Dampino when you need him? School administrator. He was on vacation, guys.
Hilarious.
We had no plan. No plan. We still don't have a plan. Nothing.
And that was the thing, that it was such a shame on Monday's plan that was supposed to be presented. And as I mentioned at today's meeting, that, you know, if we have a plan, we're not going to spend, if there was already a full plan that they had supposedly been working on, then they shouldn't have been spending a few minutes talking about what to do with a student getting on the bus, and if the student has fever or symptoms. You know, those are things that should already be into a full plan. So it's very disturbing. I mean, look, we're mid-July. These people need to know what to expect. They need to know what arrangements to make. And that's the thing, that, you know, it was a great win today. It was, because at least now we got them to agree to the distance learning. Yeah, but now we still need more. We need a lot more. We need to know.
Yeah, they're scrambling. I mean, and you know, now they're making phone calls. I bet you, I can almost guarantee you, they're making phone calls. They're trying to reach out. Oh yeah, now we want to be buddies. Now we want to be buddies. But look, guys, it's all an election ploy. Anyone that saw the meeting knew that meeting was scripted. The only thing that threw a wrench in their meeting today was that Dr. Sylvia Atkinson was there. And that freaked the crud out of them. It freaked the crud out of them, to the point that Laurita was kind of silent. So was Drew. And, you know, and they had a federal agent in there. You know, in the video, we could see a badge out there. But all of a sudden, everyone became quiet, except Minerva, because she doesn't ever know when to shut up. She's that stupid. Stupid! Stupid! Don't laugh, Ida. Do you think employees will be voluntold to go back? See, this is now, and Maida's concern is really a major concern. You know, because right now, you know, there's talk out there, but all we have is talk, guys. There's talk about there about going like, well, if people, and something that John White was mentioning right now, well, some people that may want to go back can go back, but you know, but they told us that already, guys. Vero, they already told us that. If you remember correctly, when we first closed, they said, well, it's going to be voluntary. And then he went out there in the meeting and told them, well, you know, I shouldn't have said voluntary, because really it wasn't voluntary. So are employees going to be given the option to go back voluntarily again? What does voluntarily mean for them? Do y'all remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. There was a lot of issues with that.
So what is going to guarantee us that they're not pulling another fast one on our personnel and our teachers?
Well, I think the difference now is that the employees have gotten a lot more vocal. We've seen that. People are to that point. And at the beginning, it was very different. They wanted us to advocate for them, but not disclose names and things like that. And they're to the point that, you know, they don't care anymore. They're already like, okay, what can we do? And that's why we push them on sending them emails, for them to be calling the board members, call the superintendent, send him emails as well, because they need to know how all of the employees feel. We're not making this up. We get input from our members. We actually listen to our members, and we listen to the concerns that they share with us. And those concerns have been shared with the superintendent and have been emailed to every single board member, and in hopes that they would at least be able to learn from those issues and concerns that they have. You know, this is new to everybody, but not one person or a team of 1, 2, or just 3 is going to have the answers to this.
No.
And that's why, you know, the other thing we spoke up on is this task force. You know, is it properly representing everybody in the district?
No.
And is there a medical profession there on that task force to advise them as to what is recommended and what is needed? I mean, it's not a joke anymore.
Well,
and we're 4 months into this.
I'm going to interrupt you, Aida. Y'all know who was on the task force, right?
No, I do not know, actually, because it hasn't been disclosed.
Well, I know who's on the task force. Let me tell you, the only individuals that are out there on the task force are Sylvia Atkinson people. And again, that's very, very unfortunate, guys. A lot of the decision making in regards to a lot of these things are, again, the Sylvia Atkinson people. It's always the same thing over and over again. And something that Stacy is saying right now is very, very true. You know, they tend to throw crumbs at teachers. And this is my warning to a lot of the teachers out there. Don't be satisfied with crumbs, because that's what happens. They throw you little crumbs because election season's coming. They know that you're upset. They know that you're organizing. They know that you're calling AOBE. They know that they're out there fighting for you. And they throw you crumbs. No mas. Guys, our staff has gone forward many, many steps, leaps and bounds. Don't take 2-3 steps back, guys. Don't give them an inch. They will take a mile. No mas, no more. Remember all that they put you through these past 3 months. Remember all the anxiety, everything, and say no more. No more. We want clear leadership. We want something. We don't want frail promises anymore.
Yeah.
We want to know when we're coming back, how we're coming back, how we're going to do it, how you are going to help us do our job, not have us do your job on top of it. Look, my concern is, guys, they never have the experts out there, okay? They never have the experts. Look, why aren't teachers, why aren't the associations that represent so many individuals out there, why aren't they part of the task force, guys? Why is it so hard to reach out and say, these are the professionals? These are the teachers. These are the counselors. But you know what? They shut the counselors out. Look, we had a meeting on Monday, and they didn't have one medical expert out there. Not one medical expert. Miss Ponce, the head of the nursing health department, wasn't out there taking her opinion. How can anyone make a decision? Guys, can we trust promises that are made by this board, Verdo?
I don't know what to say. I'm hoping that they have changed their tune, and I'm hoping that they will listen, because we have been asking for them to include doctors. No disrespect to the head nurse of the district, but I don't think she's been working with COVID patients. And this is a disease that every day there's something new that we learn. But we need people who have been working with this, who have been seeing it, to help us and tell us what it is that we need to do as a district to remain safe. And it's safety for everybody, for the kids, and then for what they're going to take home to their families, for our teachers, and what we're going to take home to our, and when I say teachers, I mean everybody in the district, what we're going to take home to our families. We need people that know what they're talking about. And we are educators, but we're educated in the field of education, not medicine. So we need somebody who knows what they're talking about, who has been experiencing it, who has been living it, and who can guide us.
Well, let me tell you, I'm going to answer this real quick. You're on spot. Why can't the teachers go to the classroom without the kids? Good. I'll take a shot at this, if y'all don't mind. Look, John, this is the part of the problem, guys. John, no one should be allowed on campus. Ultimately, no one should be allowed on campus. And I'll explain why. No one should be allowed on campus because it's a failed experiment, John. Look, even if we have every single professor out there on campus, you're talking about schools that have 150, maybe 200 staff or personnel per school. Am I about right? 150 individuals out there? John, we tried it with 30. We tried it with 30 individuals on campus, John, man. And what happened? It's a failed experiment, John. We've already tried it this summer. We had less than 30 individuals on each campus, and we got positives, and we had death. You know, we had students come on, and again, positives. Fortunately, as of right now, no deaths. But it's a failed experiment, man. We have to listen to the trends, and we have to listen to what's happening in other parts of the world, other parts of the country. We have to. If it's like, look, John, it's like history. You know, I'm with you, bro, in regards to the Rock. The Rock, it was a stupid move. You know, we need our history to remind us. Well, we have recent history that teaches us that sending individuals onto a campus is a mistake. Ida?
I agree with that, and I understand how there is some members that have also expressed that wanting to go to the classroom or to the workplace, and the thing with that is we need to understand that everybody needs to do every single thing possible to help reduce the numbers right now. We're seeing the overflow in the hospitals. We're seeing people that are actually being turned away, which would have been admitted before, but because of the overcapacity that they're at, they're turning them away to go home. So I understand that there's a few people, because like I said, we survey our members, and some have reached out that to go to the classroom. But did I cut off? I'm sorry.
No,
I see it up.
Just you said surveys. It's just like it irked my chain. The board needs 4 months and 2
we actually read our surveys. Okay.
Before they come back. More and more. I mean, now the only thing I got from today's meeting is they're going to have maybe 2 or 3 more surveys. We're like,
I know, but we look into our concerns and we address the issues. That's the difference with that. But going back to what you asked, we need to do our part right now. And if the distance learning can be done, if we can teach from home, and that's going to help to reduce the numbers by just a little bit, then let's do that. Let's all do our part. Just like I say, if it's uncomfortable to wear the mask, but if it helps you to reduce it, and that's you doing your part, then yes, do your part. And just like the board members and the administrators and the superintendent, they're the decision makers there right now, and they're able to take action that can help to reduce the numbers. Then we need them to do that.
It looks very bad. It looks very bad, everybody, whenever, you know, we have educated people on that board and they haven't taken that, you know, that stance of, hey, let's ask for help. You know, here, Brownsville Talk, we've used this platform to bring doctors on. That way the community could ask them questions so we could have a better understanding of what we're dealing with. This school board has not reached out to any medical professional, you know, based on my understanding. PI, shouts out to PI, they held a committee meeting, a public forum with Dr. Eder Hernandez. That way he can advise them in regards to the seriousness of the COVID. But it seems like if this board is too focused on possibly Sylvia's trial, maybe that's why she showed up and said, hey, don't forget about me. I have dirt on y'all. This board has not taken that decisive stance of, you know what? We don't know it all. Let's bring in somebody who does. Let's find out what we cannot do. Let's take recommendations. It's okay for us not to know the answers, but let's bring in those individuals that could guide us, could give us better information. But unfortunately, BISD, how, you know, Stacy just stated, they're so focused on surveys, no answers, guidance, direction. And that's where we're you know, hurting our community.
Not being prepared is the real reason why the start date got pushed back. Yeah, 100%. You're exactly right, Primo. Teachers by now know how to set up distance learning. And let me tell you, teachers, they learned from the experience that they had because they were hands-on. And yet, even so, they were not asked to give their opinion. Exactly. Our medical professionals were not asked in regards to their opinion. Our counselors, who are also out there dealing with distance learning, also were the experts. They were shushed out of a room. I mean, their opinion wasn't even important to these people. Goodness gracious, guys. And look it, man. Look. Never in my life have I seen a board, and I was a board member. Never in my life have I seen board meetings or while I was on the board where the superintendent actually tried to quiet a teacher while she was speaking and tried to call the board attorney to shush her up. That is disgusting. That is disgusting and very telling. And am I lying, guys? It's on video. It's on video. And then the corrupt $320,000 a year board attorney who works 5 hours a month for $320,000 wanted to quiet, to silence the teacher who was expressing her concern and angst and praising a lot of the individuals who were assisting while she was hands-on during distance learning. Am I completely nuts here? Wasn't it disgusting and disrespectful from the superintendent and the board attorney to do that, Vero?
I felt for her. She repeatedly tried to express that she was thanking them for the guidance and for coming in and watching her class and helping her. It made me uncomfortable, and I felt bad for her that she had to try to defend the fact that she was saying thank you to people. They were not listening to her. That just shows that they were not listening.
But Ida, they weren't listening, Ida.
And I think it's so sad because it's bad enough that people feel intimidated to speak up. And here is one of our members, a teacher, and she was actually praising the staff that helped her through the distance learning at the end of the year. And, it ends up intimidating future people from speaking up. And that's not right. I felt so bad for her. And but she's a very strong advocate. I know
Very strong.
it's not going to silence her. And she didn't back down from Baltasar or anybody. She kept going with her speech. So I commend her on that.
Ladies, what really bothers me is that no school board member stood up for her. Nobody said, hey, let her speak. She's a teacher. She's concerned. She's on the front lines.
No respect.
Let's hear what she has to say. Erasmo's correct. As soon as she said, something about, I believe she directed herself towards the superintendent, he automatically went, Mr. Legal, she's, she can't do that. She can't do that. Directing the board attorney to quiet her up. What do we have to hide? Why isn't a board member saying, hey, Dr. Gutierrez, I want to hear her concerns. I want to hear what she has to say. That's what the board member's responsibility is. When I get elected, I will make sure that you will be able to criticize me. Why? Because this is your seat. I want to hear how you can make me a better person, a better servant, because this is not my seat. But again, we hide behind the attorney. It shouldn't be that way, guys. The people on that board are only there because of the people. Once we take advantage of that seat and do not speak out and let the teachers be vocal, do not let them criticize us, that is where we are failing the system, we are failing our community, and we are failing the teachers and the students. We should let them be critical because they are the ones that know what's going on. And if it wasn't for them, guys, our students wouldn't be getting the instruction that they need. So shame on the school board members for not signing up for this teacher.
Absolutely. I have to agree there because we should encourage our teachers, all employees to speak up, especially at a time like this. That's the only way we're going to find out what it is that we're doing wrong. We're not here to give high fives to each other all day long. We're here to address the issues and the concerns that we have. And these people need answers now. And that's all that we're trying to do. So, yes, I agree. It wasn't right. They need to encourage people to speak up.
And that's all that happened. All they were doing was, oh, you're doing such a great job. Oh, he's doing such a great job. Oh, we're working so hard. Oh, we're having so many meetings. Oh, we're doing it. What have you done? Nothing. What does it matter if you had 1,000 meetings a day for 100 years if you accomplished nothing? AOBE, either I heard wrong. This is what are the status of what they said in meeting on 2 days ago about school supplies? Either I heard wrong or did they say they were going to supply the basics? I'm going to say that they
supplies or PPE.
I think PPE.
I think it was PPE.
Yeah, they did say that. They presented the different thing, not today, but they did present that they're going to have your basic safety kit for all employees. But then again, you know, we don't have the full details of that.
No.
I mean, everything that is said at the meetings is one thing, and for them to put it in writing and upload it and email it out and put it on the website, that's a different thing. And that's what we want. Okay, we are not just trying to cause trouble for them. We're trying to help our members during this difficult time where they are very stressed out. I mean, for them to get to the point of looking into their retirement and wanting to bail out right now, and I strongly recommend that that's not the route to go right now. You know, we need to explore all other options before trying to look at retirement or resigning at this point. But
let me say something, guys. And I said it this afternoon, and I'm going to say it again. Please do not do anything rash. Please be patient, guys. Be patient. We don't want anyone out there to quit. We don't want anyone to resign. We don't want you to make a quick decision in regards to what you want to do. Please be patient. Inbox, and I've said inbox myself, inbox Ida, inbox Vero, speak to AOBE, speak to association, but please don't do anything rash. Please, please, please be patient, guys. There are options available to us right now. Let's take advantage of them as much as possible, but please, nothing rash. Again, we have to show a united front, or else we're going to get nowhere.
correct.
And that's one of the things I want to say. We're not trying to be us against them. We keep offering our help. We keep offering to be a part of the solution, but we're being given that opportunity. We're not trying to be us against them. We're trying to help the situation, and it's not being seen that way.
Not at all.
I don't know how else to explain the fact that we're trying to help and we're trying to be a part of the solution.
I have a question for y'all. Can AOBE leadership answer a question? What is the organization's position of Sylvia Atkinson being present at today's board meeting? Considering she is pending trial for bribery and theft, what about the other local teacher organizations? Shouldn't all of them lodge a formal protest?
About her being there?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was laughing at Erasmo. I wasn't laughing at the question.
I'm not. I'm totally fat. Not fat.
Really on that, I don't know the legalities of it, to tell you the truth, as far as what her requirements are as far as staying away from the district. I had understood, but I cannot verify that. I had just understood that she was supposed to stay away from there. I'll be very honest, and it's not disrespecting anybody, but I was upset that I saw her there because I thought it was going to take away from the topics that needed to be covered at this meeting. And it was a very important meeting where a lot of employees were waiting for answers. We were hoping that we were going to get some more answers or clarification on the things that have been brought out. And with her showing up there, it concerned me, and it upset me that it wasn't going to be, the focus was no longer going to be on the plan.
Well, I'll answer part of that question. It wasn't for me, but I'll answer the question. Let me tell you guys, Ida hit it right on the head. It was a distraction. It was an unnecessary, unneeded distraction. She had absolutely no business being there whatsoever. It was unethical. It's probably illegal. And a lot of individuals sent me messages in regards to the legality of the meeting. I mean, the meeting needs to go on as is. The issue is, guys, I mean, let's shoot the elephant in the room. And I'm not talking about Minerva Peña. Let's shoot the elephant in the room. And I know you want to laugh. Let's shoot the elephant in the room, guys. I was just thinking about shooting. Guys, let's the elephant in the room. Why hasn't the board come out and sanctioned Why hasn't the board come out and taken some decisive action? They did it to Erasmo Castro for a Class B misdemeanor and for allegations of a defunct, stupid Minerva Peña out of nothing. And again, o todos rabones o todos coludos. If it's good for the goose, and I'll say it in English so I can understand, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. Gander. I've always wondered what a damn gander is. Gander.
But apparently it's good for him too.
I look it up in a little bit. Guys, no, but going back into the seriousness part of this, guys, really, why hasn't this board taken any action in regards to Sylvia Atkinson? Any action? Something. Censorship. Something. Nothing. Goodness gracious, guys. And you can discuss the innocent until proven guilty, blah, 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 blah. She was caught taking bribes from an undercover federal agent. Cannot go back from that. Now, anyone in the district desperately knows, everyone knows that she's guilty of 1,000 more things besides that, guys. Those are facts. Everyone knows. But so, yes, I agree with Ida. It's a distraction because instead of the focus being on the resolution, on what the mayor was trying to say, everyone was focused on the head of the snake, Sylvia Atkinson. That's what we're focused on her. And again, how selfish of her. You to make a spectacle. I mean, what? She hasn't been communicating already with the superintendent and all the other board members? Please. Why would it matter? She admitted to it in court. She had already been communicating with them. So why did it matter for her to be there or not to be there? It's selfish, but it just goes to show that it's all about her. It's not about the district. It's not about the special needs students. It's not about our teachers and staff. They don't care. Did you notice how Laurita was all quiet all of a sudden? Wasn't she out there spurting about putting circus tents at our schools on Monday? Dun, 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 dun. Where are the clowns? We know where the penguin's at. Where are the clowns? Goodness gracious, guys. It's distracted, guys. Distracted. And again, should we disregard CDC guidelines and open schools, like Papi Penn said? CDC, let me tell you, there's one thing about the CDC guidelines. CDC guidelines go contrary to a lot of what Papi Pence and Papi Trump say. So, I understand. I love your picture, John. You've come a long way, baby. It's sad to see the teachers get treated so horribly and yet not care about each of their lives of students. I've never been so disgusted with human beings like I do with them. It's sad. Texas has laws, yet it's seen no correct lawyer protecting the people we need. It's so sad. But again, take into consideration, Lucy, that they have an infinite budget out there. An infinite budget. They could hire attorneys like I could change socks. I change them once a month, but I still change them. Infinite budget. Association of Brownsville Educators. Thank you. Guys, I'll tell you why they don't want your input, Veronica. It's the same reason some administrators don't want our input as teachers either. They don't want to show how little they know about our job. It's very true. It's very, very true. And again, look, guys, does anyone out there not believe that a lot of individuals get moved up to positions not necessarily because they're the most qualified, but because they're the ass kissers of the district, or they're out there, paying a favor back, or they're related to one of the board members? Anyone doesn't believe that this happens? Come on, guys. And that's part of the problem, Veronica. When we don't have the most qualified individuals in the seats that we're paying the big bucks for, then we've got frail leadership. And we get no plan, no direction. We get nothing. We need the most qualified individuals out there. We need individuals that are going to help push their district forward. If that's not the case, what the heck are we doing here? What are we teaching our students then?
But this is where I want to take this opportunity to ask our members and everybody else who is listening to continue to reach out to these school board members and to these administration, as far as Dr. Gutierrez, and let them hear your concerns. We've sent out to our membership, we've sent out the email addresses. We need to continue to put pressure on them. We need fair representation on this task force, and we need that immediately, because we had one of our members that volunteered the day it was announced. It was announced that they were going to create the task force. She contacted them. She volunteered. She said the certifications that she had. She's FEMA certified and other things. And the day of them announcing it, they said that the task force has already been full. So that's only hurting everybody. So if we don't get fair representation on this task force that is making the recommendations to have all safety protocols in place, then it's not going to be beneficial.
Okay,
so,
I'm going to say it.
Oh.
People want to know who's on the task force? I'll tell you who's on the task force. Sylvia Atkinson's sister. Mary Tolman is on the task force. That's who's on the task force. Maricela Zárate is on the task force. Rosie Peña is on the task force. Every single one of Sylvia's people is on the task force, folks. So we get nothing. So teachers expect nothing. So is Sylvia still in control? Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And again, guys, look at guys. If you think anything has changed with this superintendent, you're mistaken. Nothing has changed. This board continues to permit Sylvia Atkinson to run everything, because Sylvia doesn't only want control of the board. She wants control of everything. Is this task force the one that's going to determine who gets the contracts for the PPE? Why are they so adamant in getting PPE when the state is already going to send PPE? PPE. PPE. Again, guys, we don't, siempre es lo mismo, guys. Do you want the truth, or you want to hear more of their crap? Stop believing what they're telling you. The task force, Mary Tolman, Esta Zárate, another one of Sylvia's puppets, and Rosie Peña, man. Nothing changes at the district. And someone at the district, please tell me that I'm wrong, that these people don't serve Sylvia. While they serve Sylvia, they do not serve the board. And again, Ida just mentioned it. You've got one of their members out there, qualified, certified, certificates, degrees, knowledge. No, we're going to get Sylvia's buddies up there. So what do we get? Nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
You know, it's unfortunate that we have these individuals so close to Sylvia on this task force. You know, this is the time where we need their help. You know, but again, is there priorities on the federal trial that's looming within the next couple of weeks? You know, who knows? But if I could go back to the whole elephant in the room with Sylvia Atkinson, why is she doing this? Again, if we go back to the civil removal, guys, the reason why the state is pushing for it is because they have said, oh, she voluntarily gave up her position by saying that she's abstaining from any meetings. So that automatically says that, hey, you know, she's no longer considering herself a board member. So now, come election time, Drew Brown is telling people Sylvia's running for place 7. Best believe she's running. So could this be Sylvia Atkinson's way of intimidating people, saying, hey, I'm here, I'm coming, I ain't going nowhere? So again, we have seen how irrational she has been, ladies, these past couple weeks. She's been posting about BISD still reaching out to her, how she's still committed to BISD, and she has so much great idea that she wants to give back to the community. It's crazy. Why was she at the board meeting today? Did she get permission from the federal judge? Did she request that? Is she working with the feds? Maybe is she cooperating and saying, hey, maybe I can go and talk to them and see what's up? Why? There's a lot of questions that don't make sense. Either she's delusional and she's going up against the recommendations of the judge after she's being admonished. It just doesn't make sense, but it doesn't look good on the district. It's making the district look even worse.
Well, it's a distraction. I missed the first part of the meeting. They mentioned that we would start online for one semester. Just to clarify, what is a semester? I guess up till December, Vero? Vero or Ida?
Are you there, Vero? I think she's muted.
She might be struggling. Ida?
The semester, well, so far, what they were saying, if it's the first semester, of course, it's going to be the first 6 weeks. But I believe it said they were throwing it back that now it's on what the county and the city is going to recommend as far as when there is scientific proven data that it is in a better controlled setting, I guess. It was very unclear.
Let's be honest about the issue. The verbiage in these orders do not say specifically that no individual should come onto campus. Exactly right. As long as it was absent from the educators and staff are left blowing in the wind. Irineo is 100% correct. See, that, Irineo, was my concern. You know, it was my concern because you got all this hoopla like, yes, we're getting something, something's happening. And again, back to Stacy's point, they were throwing crumbs on the floor.
No.
For you to follow a path to where? Where is it leading? What's going to happen? Vero, are you back with us or are you still lagging? Lagging. Ida, what's your take on this?
I'm sorry, on what was the question? I was trying to see if Vero was frozen.
Yeah, that's I'll be honest with the issue. The verbiage in these orders do not say specifically that no individual should come into campus as long as it's absent from educators and staff are left blowing the wind. Yes?
Yeah, it's still it's not they need to clarify a lot of things, and they need to put it in writing, and not until we've seen it before where certain things are said and it's not followed through. So we're to that point that we need it in writing, and or else it's not going to happen. I mean, we have issues with certain things that we've brought already to their attention, as well as far as custodians and their lack of protection and rights. Certain departments where there has been positive cases and they haven't taken appropriate action. So all these concerns, it's really upsetting. And but I think people need to remember that this feeling that they have right now and the action that they take, or the no action that they take, they need to remember that, because these are elected people that are in these positions, and that's where they're going to have to realize the power that they have.
Ryan's correct. He mentioned the PPE bids months ago. Guys, it's always about the money. I mean, look at the first emergency meeting. It was all about giving the superintendent more power to buy stuff. Who's going to recommend what stuff to buy, Ida? The task force?
Exactly.
And the task force is full of whose people? Sylvia's people. Her sister? That's who's on the task force? There was no, and again, aren't these the same individuals who constantly get called back when they're going to hire the top positions out at BISD, Ida? Maybe? It's always the same people. Always. Guys, I'm not shooting blanks here, folks. I promise you. Although my ex-girlfriend might say differently, but that's a different story for another day. They are going to get the extra PPE so that Celia can get to the kickbacks from vendors. Exactly, Kat. 100%. Awesome meeting. Thank you. How about to start with leaders that have a minute breadth of vocabulary? He's now the gender. I still don't know what a gender is, and I read it like 2 times. And I don't have a master's. I only have a bachelor's. Saludos del Tampico, Andre. I believe Erasmo. It happened to me twice. You're right, Robert. Love you, bro. Are you running again? Ida, I don't know if she's running for school board. I don't think so, but she might make an announcement. Oh, I'm running again. Yes, I'm running for place 5. Place 5. Laura, Vero, seriously, we love you. Vero, she's gone. She left us. Saludos, Oscar. Charlie, quiere un kiss. Charlie was one of the guys that should never have gotten hired ever, and was out there saying that Erasmo's lying about the people at Rivera testing positive. And now we've got one in the emergency room in ICU. It's very unfortunate. Same crap, different day with BISD. Stay united, teachers. Yeah, it's teachers, staff. It's the only path. Continue to stay united. Don't let them look. And someone, I put up a comment on the BISD site, and someone goes on there, well, Erasmo, and it was a fake account. And guys, this is Sylvia's tactics, Drew's tactics, Prisi's. They tend to try to divide. Don't let them divide us, guys. We are at a point right now where we can actually affect the change that is so needed in the district and our community. Don't let them divide us with their crap. That's what they're good for. That's the only thing that they're good for. It's all about the money, no children, teachers, or staff, none. They are scum, 100%.
Erasmo, can I ask you a question very quickly?
Sure.
Do we know who the area superintendent on the task force is? And is there a representation of a principal on there as well?
I'm going to say that the area superintendent on task force is probably Rose Longoria. Maybe?
Okay.
I don't know, because I have not seen that list. I have asked who's on this task force, and I have not gotten it.
I'm going to say it's Rose Longoria, and the only reason I'm going to say it's Rose Longoria probably is because, she's got Minerva on speed dial. Saludos desde Mexico. Hola, Oscar. 0 times 0 is 0. What do they expect? 100%. Who attached the wire? We need an investigation ASAP. Oh, come on. We need arrests. Is there going to be school this semester on campus? My answer is probably not. Probably not. And let me tell you, Alex, there should not be. There should not be. The numbers are not there. They haven't flattened. They haven't started to go down. They're continuously going up. They're continuing to go up. We've got a refrigerator trailer, bro, in the city of Brownsville. No one should be going onto campus. No one should be going back on campus. If you don't believe me, if you don't believe Ida, don't believe Frankie, don't believe Vero, believe the refrigerator trailer, guys. Call the funeral homes. Ask the funeral homes how backlogged they are. Someone said 2 to 3 weeks. I believe them. I speak with them every other day. The judge and the mayor were the only ones who spoke clearly. Yeah, but look, Maida, I mean, and someone tell me that I'm lying. The mayor made an order 3 months ago. An order. And this board and this board attorney, they said it was unenforceable. Now it's forcible? Now it's enforceable? Now? What's the difference, Ida? I mean, what was the difference?
I think the pressure that was put on them and the numbers that are going through the roof. And like I said, we all need to continue to put pressure on them because we can't give up on this.
Ida, why not be proactive? Because all they said throughout the meeting today was, oh, we're being proactive. We're being proactive. We are being proactive. We're planning. We're having meetings. No, proactive would have been, let's adhere to the mayor. Or you know what? Let's sit down with the medical professionals. Let's sit down with Ms. Ponce out there. Let's sit down with the people that actually know, like something like Port Isabel did maybe, and ask them where we should be, where we need to be, what we need to do. But no, they literally went out there and said, screw you, mayor. We're going to do whatever the hell. And now they're, oh, mayor, we want to invite you to a meeting. No, guys, don't believe it. It's all fluff. Fluff.
It's unfortunate that, back in March or April, they pretty much disrespected the mayor and the county judge by saying that they adhere to TEA and the governor, and now they're trying to, wish-wash it, saying, "Oh yes, thank you, mayor, thank you, county judge." It's unfortunate that these people are finally seeing the repercussions of their actions. Where were they a couple months ago when the mayor and the judge were actually trying to help? They foresaw, according to the recommendations of the public health officials, that said, "Hey, it's not the right time. We need a focus on maybe not going back to school, on closing it down." So it's funny how things turn. Now they're praising him. Now they want to work with these men in office. So the wheels, unfortunately, are starting to fall off, but it's too late.
Hey, Juan, my sincere condolences, Juan.
Yes.
Juan, my heart goes out to you, bro. Really, it's not easy, man. I got a call, guys. I got a call today from Joe Valdez, teacher at Porter. He's not doing good, guys. He actually called me in the middle of worship service today, and I left worship service to answer his phone call. He FaceTimed me, guys. It's not a good thing to be struggling through COVID-19. And Juan, my heart goes out to you, bro, and to your family. But
Yes.
guys, please, pray for Joe Valdez. He just called me and asked for prayers. He could barely speak, guys. He could barely speak. And he's one of our teachers at Porter, an amazing coach out at Veterans. And I love this man. I love his family. They are very important to me, and very important to this community. He ran for BISD 2 years ago. A great individual. He's fighting right now, and wants everyone out there to pray for him. So please do. Again, I had the honor, and I'm very grateful that he chose to FaceTime me. He doesn't look like Joe. It's a horrible disease, guys. It's a horrible disease, and something that Juan will agree with me. Juan Velasquez, you don't wish it on anyone, guys. But let me tell you, Ida and Veronica, I don't wish it on any of my students, on any of their parents. I don't wish it on any of my teachers, on any of my staff. And that is why, guys, I will continue to be here screaming my lungs out. I will continue to be out here calling these pieces of crap out every single time that they place a single member of our community in harm's way. Anyone. Because at this time of great confusion, a great pandemic, of great sadness in our community, where bodies are piling up in a refrigerated trailer at Valley Baptist Hospital, we need to fight for each other. If we don't, who will? Can AOBE bring in a legal team to address all issues with the board?
They have been looking at the legal issues. It doesn't help with what TEA is also doing and what's coming with from the state. But the thing with that is BISD needs to take action with what is best for Brownsville. Okay, I'm tired of hearing, TEA recommended this and TEA is recommending that. Well, they only send recommendations. Brownsville needs to do what's best for Brownsville. And that's why they need to, stop, putting it back on TEA. They need to start making those tough decisions and with the employees and students' safety in mind first. This thing about, are we going to take the temperature of the students and the staff or not? Yes or no? Going back and forth. Well, TEA doesn't recommend it. Well, it doesn't matter. Those are recommendations. We need to set the guidelines of what is best and what is safe for the employees and the students.
It's crazy. What was Action saying she wanted to give more authority to the superintendent to do? To buy stuff, Lupita. So again, something that Ryan mentioned, go back to the money. Sylvia controls the task force. Of course, she wants to give the superintendent more authority to buy stuff. So federal agents that are listening in tonight, as you normally usually do. Look at the task force, federal agents. Look at the task force. And of course, Sylvia Askerson wants to give them more authority, more power to the superintendent to purchase things, purchase money, task force under her control. Guys, it's not rocket science, guys. The TCO certified and the chief skipped me twice, and I'm an employee with BISD. Puro compadrismo. It is puro compadrismo. So, ¿qué onda? Is the city shutting down Friday? Again, it's a rumor. No substantial, no nothing. They're talking to the mayor. Talk to the mayor, and there's nothing out there conclusive in regards to it. There's just a lot of rumors. My vote goes out to you, Frankie. Good job. Charlie anda como robot cuando camina. So, what is the next meeting? August the 4th. So, no plan until then. It's too late. He said that he was going to produce a draft next week. Where's that plan that he was talking about, Vero? Ida? Where's that plan he was talking about? He said,
I agree.
He said he had a plan. So there's no plan.
It doesn't sound like there is. It sounds like it's just the general plan that TEA released.
The reason why they want us to go back to school is because political reasons, which is stupid. It's all about our health issues, not about politics. That's what it should be, Adeli, but it is politics. Because election season's coming, you know, they want to do good by everyone. They want to keep everybody happy. Guys, leadership and making decisions is something that you're not going to make everyone happy out there. Amel Goose is a gander. I learned something tonight. Thank you, Memor. Yes, and Luis Segura. Yes. So what? Oh, Luis Segura is on there as well? I have no idea. So what's going to happen with Sylvia being at meeting today? Nothing. As Subak said, all eyes on me. Unfortunately, that's the word, Dr. Atkinson. I'm 100% sure that all of the Rivera gang faculty watches the show. Yeah, they do. Sylvia C9, working for the feds now on you, job. Who dis? That's a nice. I can recognize you, Dr. Atkinson. You're not fooling anyone out there. Rose Longoria is on the task force. She besties with those snakes. Sylvia buddies, all in the. Yes, guys. Guys, I'm not joking about this. She has her people in the damn task force. What's this? Joe de la Luz Cruz, hola. Nobody wants to see the day when teachers and staff finally say, hell no, we won't go, but they need to so that their voices resonate with higher authority. West Virginia teachers went on strike 2018, and it's written that it's illegal for teachers in the state to strike, yet they did it and brought about change. We have to do something. I saw Sylvia buying cookies from Frankie. That explains a lot. This is the city of Brownsville, not the city of BISD. Let me tell you, when you got a $600 million budget out there, you got all the attorneys in the world. And you got
ladies, you know, we've spoken previously about the teachers being worried about going back into the classrooms. What would be your recommendations for them? There have been some suggestions or some ideas of possible boycotting, of using their days. What will you be encouraging, or what advice would you give your members or just everybody in general in regards to going back to school?
Well, I mean, it depends once we get the clear plan of the distance learning. But as far as I know, not only the teachers, but there has been administration building staff people and CAB building staff, clerical staff that have been working when they can also work remotely. So my recommendation is it's on a case-by-case basis, though. It depends what they qualify for. If they qualify for the FMLA through the Family First Coronavirus Response Act, that's an option that they can take. If there's also medical issues, we can help them through a 504 accommodations, depending on what their position and their medical issues might be. So it's on a case-by-case basis. But I would think, you know, the district needs to keep in mind that these employees have the rights under that act. And if all these people start exercising their right, that's not our recommendation, but if they start to exercise their right, that means that those employees are not working from home. They are not going to have to work at all. And that would put the district in a very big bind. And that's what they need to think about. And that's what I'm hoping that will push the district to put out a full plan disclosed as to, okay, well, now we're going with distance learning. And what is the full plan for that? What is going to be different now from when we ended the year in chaos, where people were having a lot of issues with their hotspots and all of those things, different things that they were having problems with. So what's going to be different now? What can we say that we're going to be able to provide better instruction for these students? And so going back to the question, it's on a case-by-case basis, but I really hope that they would reach out to us for advice on that. We do not recommend for them to walk out. We do not recommend a strike. I wouldn't want anybody to jeopardize their position because it is considered job abandonment, and we don't want them to be looking at that just because of the lack of leadership. So let's explore the options first, and that way it does not jeopardize their job.
I agree. Again, guys, I'm going to say, please, folks, do not do anything quick. Don't make a decision at the heat of the moment. It'd be a very, very big mistake. Build a pickleball court at Oliveira Park, you cowards. I'm interested in pickleball. I don't know. Something about pickles. I like pickles. Pickles. I even like the word pickles. Pickles. Pickles, mother. Prayers for everyone going through the virus. Hey, pickles. 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 Pickles are good. Do you like pickles, Vero? Pickles. Prayers for Mr. Pickles. Prayers for Mr. Valdez. Thank you, Erasmo. Thank you for keeping us informed. Yes, we all need to stand together 100%. Yeah, other cities are using TEA as an excuse. Yeah, too many. This board cannot handle making tough decisions. Vote them out 100%. Please. TEU did not make the decision. They will leave it up to the board. Audit! We need an audit. Task force is all controlled by the board members 100%. 100%. And when did the BSD elections? October. Last 2 weeks of October, early voting. What would you and Osman and Frankie do first if you guys were elected? The first thing that I would do if I was elected is an audit. A complete audit. An independent, away from the district audit in regards to everything that these individuals have done. Everything. Oops, don't live there, you mayor. Please list who is up for re-election this year and who is running for what place on your page. I surely will. As of right now, Carlos Elizondo has announced for place 7. I think someone got outed in regards to running against place 6, Marisa Leal. Place 2, I think Frankie Olivo has said he's running for place 2. And as of right now, Erasmo Castro is running for place 5. So it's your call. Where is the check and balance for the board and SUP? They don't have one, Vanessa. That's the problem. And another survey. November, to vote their butts out. Leadership. What, where? Minerva la Pingüina. After your day, please vote me out for you to payas. You deserve to be in a tent. Minerva la Pingüina. Descarada. Parezco una telenovela de México. ¡Víctor Alfonso! ¿Dónde estás, Víctor Alfonso? ¡Minerva la Pingüina!
Fuera.
La desgraciada. Erasmo, when are you going to be on the cover of Vogue? I should be. I deserve to be on the cover of Vogue. This is the moneymaker right here, guys. Keep your eyes right here, guys. Keep your eyes right here. No fair for the teachers to use their days. Remember, every penny duck affects their TRS contribution. It is very sad. René is too busy daydreaming on turtles And don't forget sipping on strawberry margarita. No, not margaritas. What the hell am I thinking? What is it, Vero? Strawberry what? Yeah, strawberry daiquiris. I know, maybe. You don't know. Can anyone call AOBE, or do you have a number to be a member? Yes. The phone number, please.
Phone number is 621-3010. Or you can also email us at aobeadvocate@gmail.com.
Guys, I'm sorry I didn't get to all the comments, guys. Too many comments. But we're about a time, and I actually got to get home before the curfew. There's still a curfew out there. Vero, are you still with us, or are you still lagging? Lagging. Well, again, congratulations, Vero, for being AOBE president. Thank you so much for being out there in regards to the demonstration. Thank you so much for being out there for our teachers and our staff. And again, have a good tenure while you're serving on the AOBE leadership board. But maybe the AOBE leadership board will get you a good old number or something, so you could get a little bit better service. Pickle Ring, guys. Ida, any last words for AOBE?
I continue to encourage everybody to hang in there, guys. I know it's very difficult. Frustration level is at an all-time high, and we're going to continue to send out the information as much as we can. Do know we're trying to address all the issues that we can, but this administration doesn't help us in up to a certain amount. So, but we are doing everything that we can. We've made some great progress. We're going to continue to push hard to advocate for full disclosures of the plan and what's to come. And there's just so much that needs to be done, guys. But I ask you guys to please hang in there. I know it's tough. We're going through something that we have never experienced before. No. It's difficult to see all these positive cases. It's difficult to see these people passing away. And like you mentioned before, Erasmo, we all know somebody now that either has COVID or has passed away from COVID. And that's heartbreaking. And that's why it's important that we all do our part in helping to bring down the numbers, guys. So, if everybody can, we would really appreciate that, and just continue to hang in there.
Frankie, last words.
Thank you, ladies, for your time. Very proud to have women like you fighting for teachers, staff, paraprofessionals out there. This is, very scary times. We see the numbers. It's, only getting worse. Alluding to a possible shutdown for the city of Brownsville on Friday. But yet again, the school board is adamant on having, either teachers go back to the brick and mortar schools. It's very disheartening. There's no leadership within the Glass Palace on the school board. So Arley Ruano, what would I do if elected to the school board? Very quickly, I'd focus on special education. I would work with families to focus on home-based learning. Yes, what objectives and goals we can reach with our special needs students. There's going to be some regression, but again, I'd rather have some sort of regression than put them at risk if possible. Even it could be fatal. I'd also focus on insurance. I would want to empower the participants by having annual checkups, which would incentivize them to go get annual physicals, which could lead to preventative care. It's very important for us to make sure that our staff, paraprofessionals, counselors, nurses, are conscientious of their health. We need to make sure that they're in tip-top shape. If not, we need to get them the care that they need. Another thing, I want to change the morale. Today, during the school board, we had a teacher on Zoom who was being critical of the board, of the superintendent. And what did they do? They shut her down. The superintendent was a coward, and he reached out for the school board for help. Oh, you need to shut her up. You need to shut her up. Legal. Is that really the people that we want? They're supposed to represent us. Shame on the school board members for not standing up for this teacher. What message are we saying? We don't care what you have to say. Don't come at me with that. Frankie Olivo, when he gets elected in November, I will make sure that your voice is heard. I want you to criticize me because I'm here to serve you. This is not my seat. This is our seat. You belong at the table with us. So come November, I will allow you to be vocal. I will allow you to criticize. I will allow you to give me recommendations. I will not let the superintendent shut you down. I will be your voice, and I need your help come November. Thank you so much, guys. It's been an eventful couple of days for myself. The COVID numbers are very, very scary. So let's try and be safe. But more than anything, let's hope that leadership at BISD makes the right decision and does not put our teachers, staff, paraprofessionals, nurses, counselors at further risk.
Guys, it's a lot of very, very sad days we've had for many, many reasons. And I would dare say that as the days progress, we are experiencing more and more individuals out there that are suffering, and are experiencing COVID-19 very, very close to home, very, very close and personal. It's not a hoax. It's not a joke. And, I even told a friend of mine today, I love you to death, bro, but if you're going to be making those, it's the flu, it's a hoax, please don't place them on my page, And again, and I appreciate different forms, different comments out there. At this point, guys, I don't appreciate anyone throwing stuff that would make anyone think that it's a hoax. Please don't put it on my page. I mean, clear and simple. You could have your opinion in regards to COVID-19, place that on your page. But in regards to COVID-19, right where we're smack in the middle of this pandemic, and we as a community are suffering, and our teachers, our staff, our workers at Maximus, our workers at Southwestern Keys, while everyone's fearful for the health and well-being of themselves and their family, I don't want you to put that kind of stuff on my page, because it is very real to me. I just FaceTimed with a very close friend of mine a couple of hours ago, and it's a horrible disease, a horrible virus, and it's something that you don't wish on anyone out there, guys. So please, again, I'm going to make a call, guys. If you have a neighbor out there that is in need, that needs for you to get them the groceries, and you know that they're positive, they shouldn't be going out, don't let them go out. If you have a loved one that needs medication, go get their medication from the pharmacy. Do not take it in their house. Leave it on their curbside or something, guys. But this is the time for all of us to truly come together, guys. Truly come together. And it's not political talk. It's not like a lot of politicians say, oh, we're coming together. No, guys. It's time for us to come together, truly come together, and fight for what is in the best interest of our community. And again, guys, please, if you have the opportunity, be good to each other out there. Please be good to me. Thank you again, AOBE, and for being out here and for all you do. God bless.
Stand up, Birdie.